the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder in their house, Chesapeake Energy Arena. Checking out Oklahoma City, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And Tom Thibodeau, Tibbs they call him, running the whole show in Minnesota.
I have a question.
What?
What's that? Thibodeau, but then you translate it to Tibbs.
I don't know. I know, it never has made a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
Why couldn't he should be Thibs.
I know.
I was just about to say that.
It made more sense when they called him Tom Thibodeau and called him Tibbs. But then they said, no, really, it's actually Thibodeau, and they still call him Tibbs.
Then that makes no sense.
I know. But he has a great core in place.
Yeah, he does.
They should be competitive for a while, don't you think?
Well, Thibs, or Tibbs, is one of the greatest defensive minds in the game, depending how you look at it. Tibbs or Tibbs.
You know, he actually got a start in the NBA with the Wolves. It's amazing how things come back around.
It is.
What's that?
That's a wolf.
That's a Timberwolf?
Whatever kind of wolf it may be.
In Minnesota, it's a Timberwolf.
It's a Timberwolf.
You think that's what it sounds like?
Hold on, timbers have something to do with trees. So a wolf that bites on trees?
No, it's out there living in the trees.
Living in the trees.
Got it. Okay.
Living up there, way up there in the trees.
So what's a werewolf?
Ow! No, that's a Timberwolf right there.
But what's a werewolf?
Ow!
What's a werewolf?
That's a dog, Ernie. That's not a timberwolf.
Well,
I think a werewolf is a fictional character. I don't think it's actual.
does it make any noise?
I don't think it's a werewolf.
So you're telling me werewolf in London wasn't real?
No.
I just got back from London. I just saw one.
Okay, time for tip-off as we send it over to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's time, everybody, welcome the Oklahoma City Thunder starting five. At shooting guard, at 6'6" number 8, Alex Abrinas. At power forward, at 6'9", number 54, Patrick Patterson. Starting at center, standing 6'11", number 3, Nerlens Noel. Starting at the other forward position, at 6'9", number 13, Paul George. And at guard, 6'3" from UCLA, number 0, Russell Westbrook. Donovan is your head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, your Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City landed the Thunder in a fine Western Conference battle here at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. You look at the Timberwolves. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step, facing a closely ranked team. No clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at the point. Here's Oklahoma City now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right. There has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. Minnesota with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I agree. It seemed like they were very dependent from the three-point stripe, and it made things way too easy for the defense.
Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. From 7.
No, we call that defensive chops, right? Paul George is draped all over his man. He will not give up anything easy.
Abrinas. Towns with the defensive effort.
You know, I'd have been very impressed if he had got that one to go. Tough D.
First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Teague against Westbrook. Passes it to George. So here's Westbrook. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Feeds to Butler. Kicks it out to Wiggins. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside, Towns. Westbrook against Teague. Outside, Butler. 5 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Teague for 3. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. You look at the Thunder. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move. And, of course, there's Minnesota, 2.5 games back.
And I think for the Timberwolves, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to build. Any little slip-up between here and the end of the season, and they could find themselves sitting at home for the playoffs. Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Outside, Butler. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Butler's got his first basket of the night.
Wow, very close to a potential and one. Butler converting through contact.
Gibson with the steal. Wiggins surveying the floor. Right side, Teague. Kicks it to Butler. It's good. This game is all even. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
Well, this guy is so good at exploiting the holes in the defense and getting inside. Jimmy Butler, high percentage finish.
Back to Westbrook. Here's Abrinas, defended by Butler. Noel passes to Abrinas. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Guys, listen, the defense was totally invisible on that three-point attempt. Nobody even in his zip code.
Pass to Towns. Back to Teague. With some arc, and it's good on the layup.
You know, Kevin, doesn't it seem in today's NBA every point guard has a floater, and Jeff Teague is no exception?
Here's Westbrook. He's got 6. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, they need to get back on defense. He said the challenge of facing a fast break team like this is limiting transition points. He told his players, if you're not running, you're sitting. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
I think the one constant with Tom Thibodeau is you can always hear his voice the entire game. Doesn't matter if you're up 20 or down 20, you will hear Tom Thibodeau on the sideline.
The Thunder leading by 4. Inside, Patterson passes to Abrinas. Here's Westbrook. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
What a finisher. Russell Westbrook enjoys taking on the defense in the paint.
And hearing Coach Tom Thibodeau, some have described his voice as part growl, part bark.
He's very intense, Kevin, and I think the one thing you know about Tom Thibodeau, he likes to say, there is a price to pay. It's all about the work you put in.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Now, here's Butler. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio. It's good from long range. Wiggins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Outside, George. Now the pass to Patterson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Back to Patterson. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Wiggins kicks to Teague. Outside Butler. Over to the wing, and stolen by Noel. Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's George, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
They throw good, Paul George. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of every best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
The Thunder leading by 6. To the wing right side. Felton against Jones. Nice shot by Felton.
Just the high IQ of Raymond Felton does a nice job in the screen and roll.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers. And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for George. 3rd in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also, his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. Now here's Rose. Just could not put it together in that loss to San Antonio. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-5 run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin. I think the trade for Jimmy Butler and other veteran signings accelerated the Wolves' rebuild. They are in much more of a win-now mentality.
And the second free throw, good. And Doris, Jimmy Butler with an opt-out after this season. Pressure on Minnesota to prove this team can be a winner.
And Kevin, their flexibility is a little bit hamstrung by their max contracts. They're going to need to find some value pickups and develop from within.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And the Thunder lead by 11.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And Zhang kicks to Jones. He dishes it to Rose. And there's the call on Felton. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Oklahoma City. 11-point game. Okogie down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. Settling into the new season now, Doris. Some teams really finding that groove and their rhythm. Talk about what they can do to maintain that. Sometimes it's easier to get there, but then to maintain it becomes the real chore.
Right, and that's where coaching comes into play. Guys trying to pull the right string, play the right notes with their teams. And obviously, one of the most important things you can have on a night-by-night basis is energy, consistent energy on the defensive end. If you stay in the moment, you focus on the next play. I know 82 games can be a grind, Kev, but if you break it down into smaller chunks, it becomes much more manageable.
Good idea. Hits the three-point bomb.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Rose surveying the D. He kicks it to Zhang. And Jones has it in the corner. Out to the wing. Outside Rose. Shoots a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City, and it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Nobody near Schroeder, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Tolliver dishes to Rose. Shoots over Grant, and that misses badly. Air ball. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Now here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. And it's Rose penetrating. Tolliver for 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
And it's Grant in the corner. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Left side, George. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And there's Felton. That's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight. And so it's Rose bringing it up for Minnesota, trailing by 17. Pass to Jones. Over Felton. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jones has got his first points of the night. The shot off that time. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Oklahoma City out in front. They finish off the first quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide-open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also, at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Anthony Tolliver. Rose is out there with Jones. Then it's Gorgui Dieng. Okogie, he's covered by Grant. The rebound by Grant. Oklahoma City leading by 15. In the corner, it's Felton. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And here's George for 3. No good on that one. The Timberwolves go the other way with it.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Down low and stolen by Dieng. Outside Rose. Pass to Jones. Kicks it to Dieng. Fires for 3. The shot misses. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Schroeder. He gets that one. Schroeder's got 5.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Here's Felton. Rose with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 17. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
Now Grant, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Outside for Felton. And Jones pulls it down.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now here's Rose. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
Felton with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Now here's Felton. He's got 5. And it's George missing.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Schroeder against Jones. Here's George. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, Kevin, there are nights where it's impossible to stop Paul George. He is such a strong guy who knows how to convert through these plays.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Felicio. Patterson comes in for Grant. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Raymond Felton. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
One shot on the lanes.
With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock, because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
Here's T. After Oklahoma City gets the 3. And they're on the break. And finished off by Westbrook.
Now the superb athleticism of Russell Westbrook on full display. The vertical out of this world.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. And slam dunk by Butler.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, has a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill behind it. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
One shot.
Free throw, good Butler. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special.
That's nice technique on the glass. You leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
Here's Wiggins. That one a little long. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Here's Abrinas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
Now here's Teague. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And so it's Minnesota with it. Teague got it. Good job in the low post.
Listen, that's all you can do defensively. Jeff Teague is just so clever at finishing near the cup.
Abrinas kicks to Westbrook. Over Teague. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 14 points for the game.
Listen, he's been a key component of their offense tonight. Efficient and effective.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Butler up top. 7 points in the game. And stolen by Noel.
And you know what? You've got to play smart when you're trailing. Margin for error much smaller, yet they continue to make mistakes.
George against Wiggins. Pass to Teague. Floats it up for Wiggins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's George. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Westbrook kicks to Noel. Outside, George over Wiggins. And there's Paul George on the assist by Noel. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Minnesota calls timeout.
Boy, certain guys, it's just a rough season, right? For Nerlens Noel last year, that was the case. Couldn't get any consistent playing time. And after looking to be finally on the rise, he takes a step back in his development. It's got to be tough.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Jimmy Butler. Averaging about 27 points a game, almost 2.5 steals and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Now here's Teague. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Well, that takes concentration from Jeff Teague, Kevin, right? He's got to convert through contact, remarkable strength, pretty good style, too, not bad.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Free throw good, Teague.
And Kevin, this is why Teague is such a valuable player. You know, he's a solid shooter from anywhere, so he's able to space the defense. He can, with his handle, get inside the paint. There's a lot to like about Jeff Teague.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. It's a 16-point game. Wiggins finds Teague. And there's the pass to Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
they're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Over to the wing. Back to George. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Patterson can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Jimmy Butler.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Westbrook against T. Shot from the wing, and the bank shot is good. 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
T kicks to Towns. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Oklahoma City leading by 11. Outside, George to the left side wing. Pass to Patterson. Bounce pass from Noel. No good from outside. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 15-6 run. Knocked loose to the left side wing. Back to Butler, and stolen by Noel. Teague against Westbrook. He kicks it to Patterson. In the corner, George with it. Clock at 6. Over Wiggins. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Outside Westbrook. Passes it to Patterson. Lobbed up there for Westbrook.
Kev, you seem to understand his teammate when Russell Westbrook is starting to find his rhythm, because these guys consistently get him the rock and he delivers.
Teague the pass to Towns. To the paint. Stolen by Westbrook. Kicks it to Patterson. Westbrook against T. Here's Abrinas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Timberwolves trail by 13. Inside, Towns. And it's Noel with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Knocked loose. Butler goes in and slam dunk by Butler.
Boy, it's really not easy to try to guard Jimmy Butler. If he's putting it on the deck and getting to the rack, look out.
Abrinas kicks to Westbrook. Here's the three. Abrinas' shot is off. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Karl-Anthony Towns, a tremendously talented scorer, but Dorsey came into the league billed as a potentially foundational defensive player.
And that's interesting, Kevin, because that's the end of the floor where he has work to do. You know, there's so much asked of today's centers. But with mentors like Kevin Garnett, Taj Gibson, Jimmy Butler, you know he's getting the right advice. And boy, what a gifted offensive player Karl-Anthony Towns is.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Make no mistake, Karl-Anthony Towns has all the skills necessary to be amongst the best players in the league. What a problem he poses for defenses, guys.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Felicio's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Jeremy Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
When you think about Thunder coach Billy Donovan taking over in 2015, he came in as a 2-time NCAA champion at Florida and one of only 4 individuals to play and coach in a Final Four. Incredible stuff.
Here's Abrinas. He's got 6. Towns with the defensive effort.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Felton dishes to Schroeder. Over Rose. They get the rebound. Back to Felton. Here's Abrinas. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Abrinas has got 6 points in the quarter.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Left side, Towns. And that concludes the first half. Thunder lead by 10. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 18 points, 2 steals, and 2 rebounds. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, let's get your insight on the Timberwolves.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, the first half, what a thing of beauty. He was just living in the lane.
How special is it, Greg, to watch a guy who's able to get into the paint with speed and consistency? They cannot let him get inside like that.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. So it's the Timberwolves now, trailing by 10. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Then there's Nerlens Noel. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Abrinas in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
This, to me, is how Butler hurts you. The athleticism, the strength, the body control, draws the whistle, still finishes the play.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D-up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Free throw, good Butler.
Well, what you love about Jimmy Butler to me is he can carry an offense. He can also affect the game with his high-level defense. That is the rarest of rare combinations.
Here's Abrinas to the inside. Short. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
T kicks to Butler. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm. And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 18.
Well, you love seeing Westbrook fire with confidence from the mid-range. This guy knows he can consistently make those shots.
Teague finds Towns. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of action. And it's blocked. Pass to Abrinas. No good that time. Towns with the defensive effort. Wiggins from outside drills the three-pointer. Wiggins has got 9.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
Here's Patterson. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Now the pass to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, a point guard must understand window of opportunity, and Jeff Teague specializes in exactly that.
Here's Abrinas. It's good. He's got 11. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Teague kicks to Towns. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his 1st foul of the game. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. He gets it in there.
Boy, they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
Teague against Westbrook. Teague the pass to Tolliver. Back to Teague. Three-pointer. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Tolliver.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
Here's George. Rebound, Minnesota.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, there's a willingness to mix it up on the glass, and that's a big plus for Karl Anthony Towns.
Abrinas kicks to Westbrook. Over Teague. Westbrook, no good. Minnesota's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. And stolen by Noel. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's getting around 8 points a game, 9 rebounds, and almost 2.5 steals. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
The first one falls. That one is no good. And last summer, Minnesota's front office saying, Doris, they would like the Wolves to lean more on their bench.
It would be nice for Coach Tom Thibodeau to have the luxury of guys coming off the bench that he can trust. You've got to fortify the bench and then trust them to perform.
5 to shoot. Here's Abrinas. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 1-point game.
We've talked about this guy's ability to get to the free throw line. Towns in incredibly tough cover.
The Timberwolves have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. That one drops. He ties it up. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. The Thunder probably the best team in the league at creating extra opportunities.
And they do it in 2 ways, Kevin. They are a team that emphasizes offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers. So they make you feel them, and they make things happen with their activity.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Now, here's Schroeder. 5 points in the game. Pass to Patterson. Here's Abrinas. Makes it off the glass. Abrinas has got 15.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Teague, the pass to Tolliver. To the middle. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. A nice shot by Teague.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Thunder trailing by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Poke loose. Towns kicks to Wiggins. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Passes it to Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving it around. Beyond the arc. Unable to get that one. And Minnesota now the other way. Towns with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Towns down low. Patterson on him. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Number 1, the Thunder.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That is his first foul of the game. Felicio's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for Alex Abrinas. And a change for the Timberwolves. Derrick Rose is checked in for Teague. Here's Felicio. And the shot goes down.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Bounce pass from Rose. Kicks it to Wiggins. Down low, Towns. Over in the corner, Rose. Okogie, he's covered by Westbrook. Goes up again. Felicio with a rebound. Felicio's got 7 rebounds in the game. Schroeder against Rose. Floats one, and it's finished off inside by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 7 points.
I'll tell you, somebody on the defensive end has got to step in and try to get a body on him there.
Okogie, he's covered by Westbrook. Tries from 16. Westbrook with the nice D there.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Here's Felicio. Pass to Schroeder. To the paint. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Schroeder kicks to Westbrook. To the wing on the left. Grant gets a wide-open look. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight. Outside Rose. Dishes it to Tolliver. Felicio with a rebound. Felicio's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Westbrook, no good.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Derrick Rose. The 17-footer. And it's Westbrook missing.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
And there's the pass to Tolliver. Now the dish to Rose. Okogie, he's covered by Westbrook. For the tie. And the layup is good. And that'll tie this game up. And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team, Dora is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
George is checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. Now, here is George. He's got 14. And it's off the back rim, no good. And it's Jones with the ball for Minnesota. To the inside, stolen by George. And Felton with a clear path to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Now, Kevin, terrific activity from Paul George. Sticks his long arms in and mucks up the passing lanes.
Timberwolves trail. Rose kicks to Jones. There's 49 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Rose. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Raymond Felton.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
Free throw, good, Rose. Taj Gibson's checked in for Towns. So he gets them both.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
Schroeder kicks to George. Over Butler. Noel. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it? Never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Butler. Six on the shot clock. Outside Gibson. On its way from Rose for 2. Kept alive. That one goes in. Zhang's got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, you can't afford to let Gorgui Zhang float around on the offensive glass. He's going to find a way to hurt you. Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Thunder out in front, up 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Three tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Butler and Gibson, the duo at forward. Jones is out there with Derrick Rose, and it's Zhang in at the center position.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
That's tipped. Rose with the ball. George picks him up. Rose kicks to Jones. Here's Zhang. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, the definition of a high percentage shooter. Terrific touch by Gorgui Zhang.
Schroeder finds George. Lob pass to George. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer. He is a high flyer.
Now here's Jones. Here's Butler. Misses off the left iron.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Rose after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. And Zhang gets it to go.
Well, this is a nice pass. And when healthy, Rose still one of the best floor generals out there.
Schroeder passes to Grant. He kicks to George. And the Thunder, another three.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Jones against Schroeder. Jones, the pass to Butler. Gibson with it. Back to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Very difficult to break up the concentration for Jimmy Butler. This guy on the interior, he has a sense for how to score it.
Schroeder kicks to George. Grant, right side. Back to George. From deep. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Rose. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Patterson's checked in. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Felton kicks to Patterson. He dishes it to Schroeder. Over Teague. The Thunder with another miss. And Teague's at the ball here for Minnesota. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Abrinas is checked in for Raymond Felton.
Alex Abrinas.
Here's Gibson. Another shot. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Zhang.
Well, the power and length of Gorgui Zhang. He holds up well in traffic.
Schroeder passes to Abrinas. Kicks to George. And stolen by Zhang. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Butler. Teague finds Zhang. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Zhang's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Passes to Patterson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for Minnesota.
One shot.
And Doris, the Wolves, a lot of promise, but how do they deliver?
I think Tom Thibodeau says it best, Kevin. It's the little things. The magic is actually in the work you put in every day. No shortcuts, no easy way out. There's a price to be paid for winning in the NBA.
Nobody near George. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. George has got 10 points in the quarter. Timberwolves trail by 8. Minnesota calls timeout.
Well, Alex Abrinas in his 3rd year out of Spain. This guy brings tremendous size, 6'6" shooting guard, and boy, can he shoot it 37% from distance.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
Thank you, David. Now here's Teague. Outside Butler. Just 4 to shoot. Teague, the pass to Jang. With the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Abrines has relied on his three-point shooting, the vast majority of his attempts coming from beyond the arc.
Well, when you've played alongside Russell Westbrook, you've got to be prepared for catch-and-shoot opportunities. And I think this is what Alex Abrines' strength is. Now, what has to happen is he's got to diversify that offensive game as his career progresses, and he's got to make sure, Kevin, that he evolves as a defensive player as well. He's got to understand great positioning. He's got to be on point with all of his scouts of his opponents. But this guy can be a knockdown shooter.
Here's Teague. Paul George making his last shot. Outside Teague. Back to Jang. It's tipped. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Thunder.
Russell Westbrook.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Gibson against Patterson. Now George. Back to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Wiggins outside. Left side Butler. Inside. Pass to Jang. He kicks to Wiggins. Over Grant. Another miss by Minnesota.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
Chalk up 2 there.
Boy, if Westbrook gets into the paint, that's a problem. He is tenacious attacking the cup.
Teague against Westbrook. Teague dishes to Gibson. Back to Teague. Butler on the wing. Wiggins outside. And the 3-ball is good.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. When it comes to building confidence, Doris, some people say playing one-on-ones in practice is a huge help. Is that something that you did when you were playing at Providence?
Kevin, I believe this could be the single greatest development tool for any individual player. If you start at the free throw line and play one-on-one against a player who's maybe slightly above your level or certainly at your level, and you limit that one-on-one from the free throw line to 2 dribbles or less, your skill set, I promise you, is going to develop. The other thing I would encourage young players to do is play 3-on-3, because it forces you to move and to cut and to screen and how to do those things properly if you're going to be effective. I love one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. It always helps you when you go back to the 5-on-5.
That's such great advice. Timberwolves trail by 12. Outside, Towns. Dishes to Wiggins. Noel against Towns. Back to Wiggins. Westbrook with the steal. Here's Abrines. The 3-pointer off the mark.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Now here's Butler. Not a lot of room. Here's Towns.
Well, the tight defense of Patrick Patterson having a huge impact right now. And for a stretch four, guys, don't mistake it. He can play both ways.
Abrinas with the bucket.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Westbrook against T. And the pass to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
Now, here's Patterson. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's foul number 2 for him. And Noel kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Patterson from past the arc.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
Passes to Wiggins. Outside Teague. Stolen by Westbrook. From deep, George nailed from three-point land. George has got 31 points.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Well, you love how the ball is popping outside on the perimeter. It's being moved and finding the open man, and they're cashing in.
Minnesota calls timeout.
When you think about the 2 consecutive first-round playoff exits for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a franchise that had made it to the conference finals in 4 out of the previous 6 seasons. So not the kind of deep run they're accustomed to.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Towns against Noel. The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good on the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Westbrook against T. Left side, George. Wide open look. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, the nice rise and fire on the jumper. Patterson taking advantage of the space given.
Tipped away. Towns kicks to Butler. Back to Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
If Karl Anthony Towns is feeling it, he will command the basketball. And as a coach, that's what you're hoping for.
Abrinas the pass to Noel. Westbrook with it. Covered by Wiggins. The shot from 20 feet away. And he nails the jumper. 24 points for Russell Westbrook.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Oklahoma City.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for George.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
And Towns gets it to go.
So polished, so assertive down low. Karl Anthony Towns comfortable in this area.
Westbrook finds Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Noel passes to George. And here's Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Over Teague. Another miss by Westbrook. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 14.
In today's NBA, if you're a big man who can shoot the three, it changes everything for your team. Karl Anthony Towns can do just that.
George with the ball. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And if we could just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down, we'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
You